Hi everyone, we're back in chapter 10, Facial Devices and Technology. And in this section 10-5, we're going to discuss the Woods lamp and its uses. So the Woods lamp, it was developed by an American physicist. His name was Robert Williams Wood. And it's a filtered black light, and we use it to illuminate fungi, bacterial disorders, pigmentation problems, and other skin problems. So I have a photo or a picture here in my book. I'm going to show you. Let me grab it. So here shows you a Woods lamp in the top corner. And it's a little handheld device with a magnifying mirror. And then here you can see an esthetician using the Woods lamp. And the room's totally dark, and notice the kind of purple color that fluoresces from it. So skin scopes, those are very similar to Woods lamps. We have one at the school. It's in the hallway. It has like a tent like thing that you pull out, and the client goes inside of it, and there's a mirror inside of there. So it's a much larger machine than your handheld Woods lamp. And the skin scope, it uses a UV light with that mirror inside of there. And the client, the cool thing about it is the client, they can look at their face on one side of the scope while you, the esthetician, look through the scope and you examine the skin from the other side. What I like better of the two, from the Woods lamp and the skin scopes, is the skin scope, the client can see what you're talking about and see those disorders, but with the Woods lamp, they can't see that. So there's a positive and a negative of that machine, the two machines. Now, these scanners, both of them, they use a magnifying lamp and a black light on the Woods lamp to analyze the skin features such as hydration and pigmentation. So when to use the Woods lamp? Well, the Woods lamp allows us, the esthetician, to conduct a more in-depth skin analysis, illuminating skin problems that are ordinarily invisible to the naked eye. So under the lamp, different conditions show up in various shades of color. For instance, the thicker the skin, the whiter the fluorescence will be. So I'm going to show you this little chart here. And this is the Woods lamp. Hopefully I can get that straight. Okay, so when you're looking at it and you see a thick corneum layer of skin, it's going to appear white fluorescent. And when you see the horny layer of dead skin cells, they're white spots. And so I've noticed this with lint on somebody's face, and I tell them, will you wipe off that white spot, maybe on their chin or their nose? And if it comes off, then I know it's lint. But if it doesn't, then you know it's the horny layer of dead skin cells. Now, normal, healthy skin is going to appear blue-white, okay? And then thin or dehydrated skin, that's going to be a light violet or purple. I've seen people under their eyes be so dehydrated that it literally looks like eggplant purple. It's really dark. Now, acne or bacteria, you'll notice yellow or orange. What I've noticed is mostly orange. Okay, oily areas of the face like comedones, it's yellow and sometimes pink or orange. Again, I always see that what I've seen more orange. Hyperpigmentation and sun damage is always brown. And then hypopigmentation is blue-white to yellow-green. Personally, I've never seen yellow-green myself, but I have seen the blue-white. Okay, so those are the colors that you're going to see under both the Woods lamp and the skin scanner. But not all pigmentation that shows up under the Woods lamp can be completely lightened with regular exfoliating treatments. So, like pigmentation located at the dermal epidermal junction, that can only be addressed at a medical level. So, it's got to be a dermatologist on that. Only pigmentation on the surface of the skin can be potentially lightened by exfoliation treatments and lightening products. So, for instance, with Image, we use the Illuma products. It's also important to let your clients know that addressing pigmentation is going to be an ongoing challenge. For example, with pigmentation associated with sun damage, well, they're always going outside in the sun. Pigmentation can reappear if the skin is in contact with the initial stimuli of either heat or UV rays. And one thing I want to point out is, like in the summer, if you've ever noticed, I've noticed this like on young kids, they'll get solar lentigines right across here. And by winter, those have all faded. And that's because they're not constantly in the sun in the winter. All right, contraindications and best practices for our woods lamp. Now, when you guys are using your woods lamp, you have to remember the room has to be totally dark. Then you want to place some small eye pads on the client and make sure that the area around their eyes is still visible. Now the bulbs can get really hot, so you want to be careful that you don't touch the skin or have the lamp on too long. I've seen where people have literally got so involved into doing the skin analysis with the woods lamp that they've rested it on the client's face. So one thing that you can do, put your fingers on the bottom side of the woods lamp, and as you're looking, I know you do have a handle, but put at least one hand underneath. And so if you're going to rest it accidentally on the client, your hand will touch them first. So safety and maintenance of our woods lamps. We want to treat the woods lamp carefully as you would any magnifying lamp. And then follow your manufacturer's directions for cleaning it. And then to protect the bulb, store the cooled lamp in a safe place where it's protected from breakage. A small plastic tub or protective wrappings are really helpful when you're storing the glass parts of various tools and machines. I like to use some of that packing wrap. It works really good when you're storing those as well. All right, guys, so this is going to be the end of this section. There is a check-in question that you do need to answer. And that question is, what skin conditions does a wood lamps or the woods lamp reveal? And then also, let me see where I put my paper. Also in this section, you guys need to go back through and reread this section. And then there's a do section. It's wood lamp and it's true and false questions that you need to do. And then that is it on this section. I'll see you guys in the next section.